Our behaviour defines how we interact with each other and how we have our needs met. There are a number of ways that we can teach children with autism to communicate appropriately and get their needs met. Maladaptive behaviour is defined as a behaviour of such intensity, frequency and duration that it poses a risk to the safety of the child and those around them. Every child is unique and there are many differences in parenting styles, home and outdoor environments, as well as any other variable you could think of. We can't discuss all of these situations today, so we will limit ourselves to 3 common situations parents of children with autism may face. When we analyse maladaptive behaviour, there are 3 broad stages that occur. We call these the ABC of behaviour analysis. A stands for antecedent. What comes before the behaviour, which might be the cause or trigger of a particular behaviour. B stands for behaviour. What actions are actually displayed by the child. C stands for consequence, which is what happens as a result of the behaviour. As a carer or parent, we need to remember that our reaction to a behaviour falls into this category and can determine if a behaviour will continue to occur. Imagine we have a child named Bob, and he'd really like some tiny teddies. In turn, he has a tantrum, and as a consequence, he receives the tiny teddies. Then, Bob learns that every time he has a tantrum, he'll get what he wants. This isn't because Bob is a naughty child. It is a learned behaviour. We need to transition towards a situation where Bob realises that he has no tiny teddies, he asks for them appropriately, and he gets them. To address the maladaptive behaviour, we need to identify what type of behaviour it is and its function, and also proactive strategies to manage it. Some strategies we use here at AEIOU include avoiding the use of the word no on its own. Always explain what the child should be doing and what the appropriate behaviour is. For example, instead of saying, "We don't write on the table," say,
"Elliot, we draw on the paper."
Try to use positive language and remember to praise your child when he or she exhibits socially appropriate behaviour. In the early days, link this praise to a tangible reward, something they can have instantly, like an edible treat or access to a preferred toy or game. The first of the functions of behaviour we're going to look at is avoidance. Whether it's avoiding bath time, meal time, or transitioning from one activity to the next, avoidance behaviour is one of the most common we address as behaviour therapists.
Felix is a classic. If he doesn't want to do something, he will just flop to the floor. And I can tell you, picking up a 35 kilo dead weight at 6.5 years of age is no fun. And as he gets older, it's just going to get harder.
When Felix flops and drops here when given an instruction, we have put in place some proactive and reactive strategies for him. We show him a visual that says walk when it is time to transition from one activity to another. We also give him a transition from 2 minutes, then 1 minute, then from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 when the activity is finished. This prepares him and gives him enough processing time to know what is coming up next. It is common to seek attention through maladaptive behaviour. This can be all the time if it is from a peer, or it can be from a particular person and is not location or event specific. Most of us will be familiar with maladaptive behaviour for attention when we see it, whether it is with our children with autism or the general public. It is a common method to get our needs met. The final behaviour we are going to look at in this program is tangible item behaviour, which occurs when a child wants a specific object, like the example we used earlier to outline the ABC of behaviour analysis. For example, when Bob wanted the tiny teddy biscuit. When Hunter engages in the screaming behaviour for McDonald's, there are a number of things we can do. When he does scream, we can simply remain neutral and say, "No McDonald's today, McDonald's is finished," and redirect his attention to something else. Alternatively, we can be proactive and say before getting to McDonald's, "There will be no McDonald's today." And if he does go past McDonald's without screaming, praising him and reinforcing his calmness.
Every time we would get into the car, Hunter would start screaming. We weren't too sure why. However, working with AEIOU and with them supporting me, we were able to rectify some of this behaviour to make it better for myself and for Hunter.
If you learn that when you scream or have a tantrum, you get what you want, It can further embed a behaviour, and it can be difficult to change. Remember, always be prepared when addressing behaviours. Prepare your resources, your space, and choose a time of day when your child will be most receptive. Try to keep your response to maladaptive behaviours neutral, and praise your child when he or she communicates to have their needs met. Good luck, and if you have any other stories you'd like to share with us or any questions, please email us via our email link.